morning?
Well, it's one of the most popular TV shows ever made, winning an incredible 21 Emmy Awards. Now, 14 years after The Sopranos ended, the story is being brought back to life, this time on the big screen.
The Many Saints of Newark is a prequel based on the life of Tony Soprano, made famous by the late James Gandolfini. The film even stars the legendary actor's son, Michael, as a younger version of Tony Soprano. Weekend Sunrise movie man Jason Jabba Davis spoke to the cast and also the creators.
The Sopranos is one of the most acclaimed shows in history, thanks to its gritty gangster plot and, of course, its leading man, James Gandolfini, in his career-defining role.
Because once you enter this family, there's no getting out. This family comes before everything else. Everything.
Now, 8 years after the actor's death, a new film is taking fans back to where it all began. The Many Saints of Newark looks at Tony's upbringing and stars Gandolfini's son Michael as the teenage version of the mob boss.
Hey, jerk off. What'd you say?
What?
Michael Gandolfini, great to have you on the show.
Hello, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm so well this morning. It's so amazing to watch you in this role. Just little movements that you do that really echo the Tony Soprano we know from The Sopranos. Had you seen the show before you embarked on doing the film?
I had never seen it, no. I watched the first season for the audition and then just stayed with the first season. And then once I'd gotten the part, I watched the whole thing.
If anybody tells anybody about this?
Michael worked hard to recreate his father's iconic character.
I look like my dad, but I don't really move like him. So like I had to cultivate that, how he moves his hand and his accent, and how he uses his eyes. So I knew it was going to be important, and it was something I focused on for a long, long time.
Look, you take the speakers, right? At the same time, you say to yourself, this is the last time I'm ever going to steal something. It's that simple.
The Many Saints of Newark features a new character, Tony's uncle and mentor, Dickie Moltisanti, played by Alessandro Nivola, who's mentioned in The Sopranos but died before the TV series began.
Can you tell us a bit where Dickie fits into the universe of the Many Saints and how he relates to The Sopranos?
Yeah, well, you know, just on that note, David Chase, the first thing he said to me, you know, the creator of The Sopranos, the first thing he said to me when I was starting out my preparation was, don't pay any attention to anything that anybody said about you in the series because they're all liars. And so it was very liberating because I felt like I had total freedom to create the character from scratch.
The film is directed by Alan Taylor, who won an Emmy for his work directing The Sopranos. He says it's a film for everyone, not just fans of the series.
It does work for people who are new to it. It's a standalone story about a new character that was never in the show, and it's very much the same tone and the same themes and the same sense of humor as the show, but it's its own story, beginning, middle, and end. And so I think it can work for both audiences.
In The Sopranos, Tony is a killer with a conscience who was known for seeing a therapist. But creator David Chase revealed it was highly controversial when he first pitched it.
We did have a situation where the head of one of the biggest networks said to me, look, I don't mind the robbing and the killing and all that, but does he have to go to a psychiatrist? Does he have to take Prozac? And the answer was yes to both of those, so they passed.
And there's even more of the young mobster's sensitive side in the new film.
That was one of the biggest draws, I'd say. Like, it surprised me when I got the script. I was shocked that Tony was so sensitive, creative, kind of nerdy. And I thought, if I was surprised, so many other people will be, and that's really cool.
The Many Saints of Newark opens in cinemas on Thursday.
Wow, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?